Hi everyone, welcome back to the Web3 channel. My name is Zach. In this video, we are looking at cryptocurrency regulation. Very hot topic, will continue to be a hot topic for a while now, and we're going to continue every step of the way covering it. With that said, we're looking today at US, and we're also looking at India regulation in two very different approaches. Let's go through what's happening here. SEC's proposed rule on exchange could threaten DeFi, says CryptoMom. To be very clear, of course, this story is the US one, but we're also going to be looking at India introducing a 30% crypto tax. We'll see how this goes. The proposal includes very expansive language, which together with the chair's apparent interest in regulating all things crypto suggests that it could be used to regulate crypto platforms, says Hester Pierce. Hester Pierce, a commissioner for the USEC, known by many in the space as CryptoMom, is warning that a proposed rule from the agency could affect the regulation of firms involved with DeFi. According to a Tuesday Bloomberg report, Pierce said that the 654-page proposal recently released by the SEC to amend the definition of exchange as defined by the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 could impact the digital asset space. The SEC commissioner reportedly opening the proposal to public comment and said that the text could impose additional regulations on DeFi or DeFi firms. The proposal includes very expansive language, which we have looked at right here. The proposal could reach more types of trading mechanisms, including potentially DeFi protocols. The text of the proposal does not include terms like digital asset, cryptocurrency, or DeFi, and seems to focus on systems that offer the use of non-firm trading interest and communication protocols to bring together buyers and sellers of securities. According to a January 26 statement from SEC Chair Gary Gensler, the rule change would, if implemented, promote resiliency and greater access to the treasury market by expanding regulations to include treasury markets platforms. Cointelegraph reports on January 20th that under Gensler, SEC enforcement was notably high between June and September 21. Shortly after his confirmation by the US Senate, the SEC chair has previously referred to projects in the DeFi space as highly centralized in certain aspects and thus subject to similar regulations as projects considered to be securities. Purportedly to what Pierce was referring to, Gensler's apparent interest in regulating all things crypto. Enforcement is one of the fundamental pillars in achieving the SEC's mission. One pillar is the policy framework, the laws set by Congress and the rules enacted by the Commission. Of course, this is tweeted out from Gary, but you've also got to examine against those laws and rules and enforce those rules approved by the commissioners. The proposed rule change will be available to public comment for 30 days upon being listed in the Federal Register. The regulators would then likely vote on the measure, taking any submitted feedback into account. Let's have a quick look though at this proposal that we saw. And actually, it looks like it's in Bloomberg, which I currently do not have subscription to. But we'll have a look at what we can so far. SEC's lone Republican warns of threat to crypto DeFi platforms in new agency plan. It includes very expansive language, and it is that the Republican known for advocate light touch approach to crypto. The lone Republican is warning a recent proposal, and I think actually everything we're seeing here is there. So now we're going to go over to the India legalization and interesting approaches when it comes to crypto, specifically when we're looking at CBDCs. Let's go into India to introduce 30% crypto tax digital rupee CBDC by 2022 to 2023. Always interesting to see different international markets and their approach to cryptocurrency and blockchain regulation. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman believes the introduction of a CBDC will provide a big boost to India's digital economy. Before I go forward, I want to quickly say, nothing on this channel is to be considered financial advice. Always do your own research, and also, of course, keep in mind that for this article, there will be some names that I might not necessarily be able to pronounce as well as others. In a speech discussing the budget for 2022, Indian Finance Minister announced the launch of a CBDC by 2022 to 2023 as a means to boost the country's economic growth. Sitharaman highlighted the need for digital inclusion across numerous business verticals while announcing the fund allocation set in the union budget. Speaking about the launch of a digital rupee, she added that the introduction of a CBDC will provide a big boost to the digital economy. She also highlighted the possibility of a more efficient and cheaper currency management system made possible by digital currencies. It is therefore proposed to introduce digital rupee using blockchain and other technologies to be issued by the Reserve Bank of India starting 2022 to 2023, complementing the launch of a digital version of the Indian rupee. Sitharaman also proposed the introduction of a 30% crypto tax that targets all transfers of digital assets. Any income from transfer or of any virtual digital asset shall be taxed at the rate of 30%. No deductions in respect to any expenditure or allowance shall be allowed while computing such income, except the cost of acquisition, any income from the transfer. And we're seeing right here from a news site looking at her. And actually, really quickly, we can actually listen to this, so let's do so. It's only a minute long.
For the taxation of virtual digital assets, I propose to provide that any income from transfer of any virtual digital asset shall be taxed at the rate of 30%, 30%. No deduction in respect of any expenditure or allowance shall be allowed while computing such income except cost of acquisition. Further, loss from transfer of virtual digital asset cannot be set off against any other income. Further, in order to capture the transaction details, I also propose to provide for TDS on payment made in relation to transfer of virtual digital asset at the rate of 1% of such consideration above a monetary threshold.
All right, the finance minister also highlighted that any losses that occurred while transacting digital assets cannot be used as compensation against any other income source. In other words, investors will not be able to show losses or hacks of cryptocurrencies to offset taxation on profits to keep track of crypto investments in the country. Sitharaman further proposed to implement a tax deduction at source, TDS of 1% above a yet to be determined threshold. Local Indian media publication Lok Sabha highlighted that a parliamentary research group has organized a crypto-focused training for Wednesday, February 2nd. So that's very interesting and always important, right, is that we make sure that those who are making the rules and those who are setting up laws and bills, no matter where you're from, what you do, that they are understanding what exactly they are doing, because realistically this will affect the citizens of each country, right? At the end of the day, cryptocurrency is becoming much more approached, much more adopted. We're seeing many, not just in cryptocurrency necessarily, but even in blockchain applications. It's not just about DeFi that we're talking about here. We're looking at blockchain in general and how that technology is being used, and we're seeing it being used in so many weird and wonderful ways that will honestly continue to innovate the general human experience. Again, not financial advice, but that is my personal thought. As Cointelegraph pointed out, the legislative business calendar for the lower house of parliament no longer includes a bill that could potentially ban crypto in the country. Previously published text of the bills proposed banning private crypto in India while retaining the underlying technology of cryptocurrency. And that's what we're seeing quite a lot, is that we're seeing even China, right? We're seeing that they are, of course, issuing a CBDC, and they're really going hard on blockchain technologies in so many public sectors. But when it comes down to cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and other altcoins, that is very unlikely to be legalized. What are your thoughts? So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on everything happening here. We'll continue to cover the regulation and everything else happening in the Web3 space, because it is the Web3 channel covering everything happening crypto, NFT, and metaverse news. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next Web3 video.